Dollie Ethel Goolsby was born in Nebraska in 1884. Her parents were Thomas and Elsie, and she was the second of 10 children, although the first child died at birth, so she grew up as the eldest. They were farmers, and before Dollie was 6 months old, the family moved into north-central Kansas. In 1901, at age 16, Dollie married Sam Allum, who was 22 years old. Sam worked as a laborer for the Burlington Railroad. Sam and Dollie's first son, Walter, was born about 3 weeks after they married. In 1903, Sam quit working on the railroad and instead worked for a local farmer. He would spend the next 10 years or so farming. About a month later, Sam and Dollie experienced their first shared tragedy with the death of an unnamed child. More children eventually joined the family. Gladys was born in 1904, Frida in 1906, Arlene in 1908, Virgil in 1909, and Lena in 1912. Then in 1913, their now large family in tow, they moved to Wyoming, where Sam would again be a railroad laborer for a time. They welcomed another daughter, Josephine, in 1914 while in Wyoming. But Wyoming ended up being just a temporary home, and by 1916, the family moved on to Montana. They settled near Sand Coulee, a booming coal mining town at the time. Sam used his skills at the mines, working on repairing the railroad cars that transported the coal. In 1916, Ruth was born. Tragedy visited the Allum home again in 1917. Walter, the eldest son, died after evidently mistaking poisoned tablets for headache pills. Walter was well loved by his family and many friends. The card of thanks in the local newspaper specifically thanked the Sand Coulee High School girls for the beautiful flowers they sent. After the bitter loss of Walter, life eventually returned to some level of normalcy for Dollie. She would have 4 more children, Stanley in 1919, Doris in 1920, Charles in 1922, and Donald in 1924. Little Stanley, only 6 years old, died in January 1925. He had an intestinal intussusception and died from the subsequent infection. By November 1925, Dollie was also in poor health. Her mother came to care for her for a while, but it was to no avail. Dollie died on November 18, 1925, at only 41 years old. She had dealt with anemia for years, and then her kidneys had failed, leading to swelling and a buildup of toxins, and her heart could no longer keep up. Sam was single for a while and married Myrtle in 1941. He died in 1942 at age 62. All of Dollie's surviving children lived to adulthood, and most well into their 70s and beyond. Thank you for taking a few moments with me today to remember Dollie's short, yet filled with love, life.